This episode is sponsored by The Spot, Vape Shop and Grind Cafe. The Spot is El Paso's first vape cafe. Visit The Spot for a great experience and chill vibe, serving cafe sandwiches, coffee, and more. The Spot also carries premium e-juices and a wide variety of vape products. You're invited to rent out the latest in e-hookahs, enjoy the free Wi-Fi, and drink some cold ones because The Spot is BYOB friendly. Also check out great live entertainment on Fridays and Saturdays. The Spot is located next door to Famous Barbershop at 4109 Dyer, Suite B in El Paso, Texas. Please follow The Spot on Instagram and Facebook at The Spot Vape Cafe.
Sweet Jesus Radio.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome to Sweet Jesus Radio. I'm your host, Sweet Jesus. Today we're doing something very special, something I've been wanting to do for a long time, which is do a solo episode. No guest, no interview. I actually have to look into the camera. I don't have to, but I'm going to since it's recording, and I feel weird if I'm not looking into it. Very strange feeling. It actually just came over me just now. I didn't plan for it. Feels strange, but we're going to move forward. Again, guys, it's just me, so I'm going to just talk about some things I got going on, but most of it's going to be based on the questions and comments and topics that were shared when I actually posted about this a few days ago. It's been a while now, but yeah, I saved all those questions and comments and ideas, and I got it right here on my trusty laptop. All right, but like I said, it's kind of a big deal because I'm used to having a guest, someone to bounce things off of, because that's most of where my humor comes from, is a kind of conversation. If somebody says something, I'll make fun of it. I'll make fun of myself. Again, I usually need somebody to bounce things off of, but we're doing this in solo. So again, I'm really out of my comfort zone because I am somewhat of a puss when it comes to stuff like that. But we're going to keep it moving. First and foremost, I want to thank all the listeners. Happy Thanksgiving, happy upcoming Christmas. I have no idea when I'm going to release this, but it is being recorded on December 4th, according to my laptop. All right, so happy holidays. Hope you're enjoying them with your family, friends, by yourself. Like I said on one of my old Facebook posts, my heart goes out to anybody that doesn't have family or friends to spend the holidays with, but don't call me. Don't call me. You know what I'm saying? That's more food for me, cutting into my shit. But yeah, we got the setup. If you're listening to the audio only, then of course you're not going to see this. As far as the setup, it's as far as video. I'm probably only going to release short clips. I may release the whole thing. I don't know. That's still up in the air. But just to kind of describe what we got going on here, got the laptop. I got my flat screen with the Sweet Jesus Radio logo on it. Looks pretty dope. So the table wouldn't look so empty. I threw the Canada, the bike from the famous Akira. All right, I've had that toy for a long time, since back in the days. We also got, what's his face, Cartman from South Park with the high top fade. And yeah, just so it doesn't look so empty, man, we got the mic. And off to my side, I got the equipment. Got my Miller Lights, which is the beer of choice for today as I'm holding it up to the camera. All right. I feel like I'm Ice Cube in the song Really Dough. He's talking about, got the 501s, the khakis. On my back, I got the sweatshirt, knit kickers, this, and that. If you haven't heard that song, check it out. Really Dough. One of his best. So we're going to get into this. Like I said, if you want to help the show, please keep sharing. Please keep spreading the word. Keep doing what you're doing. Please, especially feedback. If you can type in a comment, give me the 5 stars on the Apple Podcast, or send me your feedback through a comment, a private message, inbox, as the kids say. Anything like that. And I usually take a screenshot and I post it. But yeah, let me know what you think, especially this episode, since it's just me. Let me know how much you love it or how much you fucking hate it. All right. So one of the things, again, just talk about a few things. I haven't really done much lately. Just been keeping it low key. I already talked about Meow Wolf on the past episode that's going to drop, so I don't want to go into that. I already talked about that. That episode's coming soon. But one thing that everybody's talking about, and I'm not going to spend too much time on it because everybody's talking about it already, is the movie The Irishman or Irishman. All right, so everybody's been watching this movie. It's on Netflix. I'm just going to give a quick little feedback on it because, again, you can hear this shit on a million other podcasts. Regular listeners know I hate talking about current events, but I will say this. It's a good movie. It's not great. It's good. In my opinion, I liked it. Didn't love it. Definitely does not compare to, say, Casino or Goodfellas. Not even close. The technology they used to make them look younger was pretty cool, pretty accurate, looked real. But I do have, well, there's a few gripes, but the main one is there's a fight scene when Robert De Niro goes and gets this guy out of a grocery store. He's like the owner of the grocery store because apparently the store pushed his daughter. He's beating him up. That shit does not look convincing at all. It's horrible. I mean, he kicks him in the face. I mean, it looks so weak because he looks younger, but it's still Robert De Niro, who was 138 years old. All right. And so I guess physically he couldn't do what, make it look convincing because he's kicking him. The kicks in the face did look a little real, but he starts stomping on him. That's the part where it's like, what? It looks like he's doing some WWE shit. He's barely touching him. And they add some sound effects that don't sound accurate whatsoever. I mean, he's stomping on him on his shoulder or whatever on fabric, and it doesn't sound realistic. Take it from me. I've been in several fights. I've lost them all because I'm just horrible at fighting. I'm more of a lover type. But, and I've watched a lot of fights, a lot of street fights. That's just the part that really just fucked me up, man. But moving forward, again, Irishman, good movie, not great. The other thing I've been doing, or I've done, since the last few podcasts that I've recorded, but I haven't dropped, and they're going to come out in a very weird order. They're not coming out the way I recorded them. They're going to come out in a different order. But check them out. It'll be with Zach and Brooks from Crucis, and then I got another episode with Stanzi and DeLucio, Chris DeLucio, a.k.a. Idea One. But since that time, actually last weekend, last Friday, went to go see Chris D'Elia. All right. For those that keep up with comedy know Chris D'Elia is a beast, one of the best, funniest motherfucking comedians out there right now. And even in mainstream, I mean, a lot of people know about him. But for sure, if you're in the comedy world, you know about him. Shouts to my girlfriend Jessica. She made it possible. She got the tickets. But just it goes to show, she didn't even know who he was per se. But, when I showed her a picture, she knew who it was. So she's seen him around and heard of him. And he even he blew up a little bit more off of his Eminem impressions that he's been doing and doing these videos. But I don't remember the whole thing. I stayed there for about an hour or so, left a little bit early because I was trashed and I was just like not feeling it, wanted to go home. But it was hilarious. It looked like it was sold out. I mean, I'd be surprised to hear if it wasn't sold out, but pretty damn close to it if it wasn't. At the Plaza Theater, El Paso, Texas. He's freaking hilarious. So if you haven't heard of him, check him out. Highly recommend it. If you're still living under a fucking rock and haven't heard of him, check him out. All right, so I'm going to jump into the list of topics and questions, all right? And I'm going to try my best to fill up about an hour, hopefully at least 45 minutes. If I'm on a roll, I'll keep going. But that's kind of the standard. I would like to think I can fill up at least half an hour. But yeah, we got the Miller Lights flowing. Taking a sip there. All right. So let me just scroll through my shit here. So yeah, I mean, several days ago I posted, let people know I'm going to do a solo episode. And, people put some questions, some funny ones, some really personal shit. So I guess I got to get into some personal shit. But this is just me, all right? This is just my opinions on certain shit. Actually, I got to pull up some of these. I meant to pull up tabs on certain things so I can have them ready to go just for certain shit. But fuck it, I ain't do it, so I'm just gonna wing it. All right. So first question, I'm reading it as they're typed out. If we need clarification, we'll do that. But some of them are just some they're just not totally clear. But we'll clarify. I'm gonna read the name and the question and the topic. All right. So the first one is from Matthew Robert Martinez. Matthew Robert Martines. Excuse me. He simply put destroying flat earthers. So I don't know exactly what he means by that. I don't know if he wants me to destroy them, if he wants aliens from another galaxy to come and destroy them. It's very unclear. I'd like to destroy him for not being more clear. You know, Matt, I wish I could destroy you right now. But destroying flat earthers, I'm assuming he wants me to destroy them. I mean, to be honest, guys, Matt, as they call him, is a buddy of mine. Or flat earthers, guys, they don't need to be destroyed. All right, they destroy themselves in a sense, right? And just to give you, just to kind of give you a sneak peek, or just a peek into the way my mind works and how I'm wired. I tend to go against the grain for the most part, and as far as I take jokes very seriously. Okay, jokes are no laughing matter, especially mine, because nobody laughs. But I don't like to. That's low hanging fruit. Flat earthers. Let's make fun of the flat earthers. So when it comes to jokes and roasting and memes, people, it's human nature to pile on. Oh, that's an easy thing to make fun of, and we just keep piling on, and I think that shit's fucking whack and stupid. You know, if that's you, then I don't know, man. Step it up. Step the shit talk up. Get better with the jokes. Better with the memes. Flat earthers, pick a different target, because that's just too easy of a target. If I had a gun to my head, of course I'm going to say it's round, but if you ever talk to a hardcore flat earther, they got an answer for everything. But again, that's just too easy to go at. So I'm not going to try to destroy flat earthers. That's too played out. But again, that's one of the main conspiracy theories going on right now. Crazy thing about conspiracy theories is that a lot of them are true. Flat earther thing, it's a little crazier. But again, talk to a real try going online and going down the rabbit hole. I mean, you'll find an answer for everything on that shit. But again, I don't give a fuck if it's flat earthers or even Trump. I don't like the guy. He's obviously a shitty person, but the jokes, I'm into jokes. The jokes come first in my life. All right, not family, not friends, jokes. So I'm tired of flat earther jokes. I'm tired of people saying Trump has small hands and he's orange. Let's get better jokes. Let's really get to the gut. Let's let's hit below the belt, but let's be creative. Let's make fun of their children or, dead relatives, something like that. But again, yeah, flat earthers, guys, it's not that big a deal. I'm not going to continue to pile on, but thank you for the question or topic, even though it was poorly worded and expressed. Matthew Robert Martinez. All right. So let's go next to, I'm just going to go in order, all right? I'm just reading them in order. I got them here in front of me. We got Eddie Groove Acosta. And he actually has multiple entries here, multiple questions. So this is the first one, but again, I'm going in order. That's the homie. Great teacher, great basketball coach. All right, Eddie Groove Acosta, fellow hip-hop head, as you'll see later with some of the questions. But he asked, what would your last meal be? Just in general, I guess, before I die, or before I get electrocuted. Maybe he thinks that's how my life's going to end. I'm going to do some horrific crime. Actually, reminds me, the other day I was talking to my girlfriend and I was like, just randomly. It's like those memes that say nobody and then it's blank and then me and then it's some crazy shit. I just randomly asked her, like, how many people you think I could kill before I got caught, So if that happens and I get caught, I'm going to be in the wheelchair. In the movies, they always, at least back in the day, it was like, what do you want your last meal to be? So, but yeah, I'm going to take that that killing thing out. I think I'm gonna have to edit that out. No, just kidding. But yeah, I did say that in real life. What else did I say? I said some other weird shit. Oh, I asked how it's like there's nobody again, and then well, she was there, and then I was like, I wonder how human flesh tastes, like what human flesh tastes like. So yeah, I'm a little weird, I get, but I mean, I'm mostly joking. I'm just trying to trip her out. Mostly joking. Mostly joking. All right, so last meal, I don't know, and it says El Paso restaurants only. So that's, I mean, luckily we have a lot of great restaurants here. Man, it's just so hard to pick one last meal. I'm known as a burger guy, you know. I got a hamburger, cheeseburger tattooed on my arm. I love cheeseburgers. I love pizza. Who doesn't? Who doesn't love cheeseburger? Who doesn't love pizza? But when I go out of town, I typically try to look for the burger spot. But of course, Mexican food, is bomb. Italian food is up there as well. If I had to go Mexican, El Paso restaurant, man, there's so many. There's so many great ones. But I don't know. I like green chicken, green chile chicken enchiladas, man. But, they got these green crab enchiladas at Kiki's. Those are bomb as fuck. Made with 100% real green crab. Just kidding. It's the chile that's green. All right. So those are up there. Shit, man. We got pizza. I don't know, man. You got Pizza Joint. Got Crazy Dave's Pizza. Shouts to Crazy Dave's. That's my boy Alex Zubiate out there running that shop. Great pizza. El Paso restaurants only. You know what, man? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to have to go with burgers. I got to stay true to brand. Stay true to the tattoo. Burger Life Team Burger. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have to go with a cheeseburger from where? Because there's a lot of great burger spots here. You got just the home style burger. You got the, gourmet style, fast food style. But the fast food, I mean, I don't think there's any El Paso owned fast food, or charcoaler maybe. But yeah, you know what I'm gonna have to go with, because you got shouts to the burger spots. Let's just take this time to shout out the burger spots as I've done before. Some of the ones that might pop in my head right away. You got Chuco Burger, you got Crave's got some good burgers, Block, Independent. There's just the random dive places that have great burgers. Lucky Boy. Is it called Lucky Boy? No, Lucky Cafe. Lucky Boy, I think, has great burgers too. I think I've eaten. You got some new spots that I haven't checked out, like Trap Burger. I still haven't checked out. There's several that have just popped up that I got to check out. But for right now, on the spot, gun to the head, I'm going to go with Frisco Burger. And I think Groove already knows I'm going to say that. But, he's a burger guy too, so that's why he wants me to talk about it. But take a sip off the Miller Lite. Frisco Burger, guys. Located on, Loma Land and Pebble Hills. It's up there. It's a home style type of burger is what I like to call it. The toasted bun, golden, shiny bun. I get the double meat, cheese, bacon, no onions because I fucking hate onions. And they don't have jalapenos there, I don't think, but they have this, because I haven't been there in a while, but because it's kind of on the opposite side of town. But they got this like a salsa, green salsa that you can squeeze on it. They got it in one of those squeezable bottles. At least they used to, but I'm sure they still do. Like the same way you would squeeze ketchup or mustard. Excuse me. Man, those hit the spot. Nice and greasy. I just love those burgers. So I'm going to go with that. I actually ate the Heartbreaker Burger once there, which is a 4-meat burger with cheese, mushrooms, chile. It's got everything on it. It's huge. It's one of those challenge burgers. But anyways, yeah, the double meat, cheese, bacon, no onions, and the salsa on top. That just hits the spot. With the fries, of course, the Dr. Pepper. Funny thing about that place is they also sell Chinese food. All right. So if you haven't been there, it's been around forever, guys. It's an El Paso staple. Check them out. I guarantee you'll like it if you're into burgers. I can't vouch for the, I can't vouch for the Chinese food, but I'm sure it's great. So check it out. But yeah, that's what I'm going to go with on that one. All right. I already got good time. So I think I'm really on the second question or third question. Second question. Damn. All right. So yeah, I thought this was going to be hard. All right, so same person, Eddie Groove Acosta. Top 3 Gangstar tracks. This is not a hip hop podcast, guys, but I'm a hip hop guy. Eddie Groove's a hip hop guy, so we tend to talk about hip hop a lot. But I don't like to think of it as a hip hop. People assume it is because the people that know me because of my past and you know the promotions that I've done, the record label me and my boy used to run, and I just been in the hip hop scene for a long time here in El Paso. But I like this fucking question. Top 3 Gangstar tracks because it's so hard to pick just 3 from a group that it's a legendary group that has a shit ton of great songs. And I'm trying my best to keep looking up at the camera in case I gotta release a clip, but it feels really weird. Like I said, guys, I don't have a guest here. Usually I'm looking into the beautiful eyes of my guests, getting lost in their eyes. Not today. I'm getting lost in fucking technology in front of me. But the top 3 Gangstar tracks, man. I put a little bit of thought into this, but I already forgot. I kind of like mentally, I didn't take any notes down at all, but I mentally kind of put it together in my head. There's so many, man. You know what I'm saying? There's just so many. And let me just say this Guru, rest in peace, Guru. One of my favorite MCs of all time. Funny, just coinkydink. Not that funny. I don't know why people say that. Oh, it's funny. And it's not. But last night we were out on a bit of a double date. Haven't had one of those in never. Because that's some pussy shit. Just kidding, it's not. It's actually super fun, romantical. And actually, if it is pussy shit, it makes you wonder, why haven't I done it before since I'm the biggest pussy out there? You know what I'm saying? But we went to go see the lights downtown, the Christmas tree, all that shit. You know, I'm one of those people that I don't necessarily voluntarily do those things, but if somebody gives me a little push, and if they do the driving and the parking and all that, I'll go. So let me get to the point of that fucking story. It was me, my girlfriend Jessica, shouts to Jessica, and the homegirl Leslie, and her dates, the homie Danny Nervous Lucero. All right, really dope hip hop DJ from Mountain Cruises. I believe he was born here. Anyways, I just randomly asked. We were at some bar. I think it was a church bar. We were pumping some fucking cash into that Touch Tunes jukebox, which I fucking love, which is not good because I've spent so much money on it. It's very easy just to get lost in that shit before you know it. You know, I've spent $30, $40 on that shit. Not last night because I don't have it. I ain't got the money like that. But I have dropped a lot of money. Anyway, so we're just talking hip hop. And I asked him, who's your favorite? Just who's your favorite? Not no top 5 and, all that shit. We didn't get all deep into it. Just who do you like? Who do you like the most? Who do you listen to? Who's your favorite, like, rapper and shit? And if memory serves, he said Guru, you know what I'm saying? He likes Gangstar and Guru. That's his favorite, according to, him and the question. I thought that was pretty cool because nobody ever, in my opinion, Guru's so underrated. He doesn't get the shine he deserves, and now he's passed. So the group is him, and then we got Premier, best producer of all time, in my opinion. So we're gonna keep it moving because we got a lot of questions. I can't believe I'm actually doing pretty good on time. I've beaten up a lot of time. But I'm gonna base it more on, because there's so many. I'm gonna base it on personal, just nostalgic shit, just personal experiences, things that remind me of other stuff in no particular order. We're gonna go. It's, I guess, in a bit of an order, but Step in the Arena. It's got a song called "Just to Get a Rep." That album's a classic fucking album. Like I said, not going to get too deep because we've got to keep it moving. A lot of questions. But that reminds me of my teenage years. That album and just hip hop in general, but that album and that song, it just helped me get through a lot. My upbringing's a little crazy. My teenage years, just my childhood in general. But when I found hip hop and got more and more into it, it was just, it helped out a lot. But getting a little choked up. Just kidding. But then the video's dope, the beat is dope, the song is dope. It's a story type of song. Check it out, Just to Get a Rep. Crazy thing is that there's 2 versions. In one version, somebody, you just got to check it out. It's a story. Somebody gets robbed, somebody gets revenge just to get a rep. They did it to get a rep. There's a short version and there's a longer version. So check out both versions. Next song would be, I would say, damn. I'm going to go with Militia. Militia, because it's a sick ass song, of course. One of their best songs, but it's Guru, Premier, which is Gang Starr, featuring Big Shug and featuring motherfucking, who is it? Freddie Fox, Bumpy Knuckles, aka Bumpy Knucks. This song is just a dope ass song. Check it out. One of their best, but also because I would say I'm one of the few people. I'm the just in general, whoever was part of or whoever got to see Gang Starr open up for Rage Against the Machine many moons ago when Rage dropped the Los Angeles, what's it called? I forgot the name of the album, but they were on tour for that shit. Gang Starr opened up. So, whoever was on tour got to see this. But it's mostly Rage fans at those shows, all right? But I went primarily for Gang Starr. I like Rage also, but which is coming to El Paso very soon, I hear. But they performed that song, and Big Shug and Freddie Fox were there. So they actually performed the song with each guy doing their parts. Because as you know, in hip hop, a lot of times if the person one of your best songs might have a feature, but they're not on tour with you, so you kind of just do your part. They just do their part, Or sometimes they'll do the other guy's part. They'll actually do the lyrics with somebody else's shit, or have the crowd do it. This time these guys were there, so I just feel like it's one of those special things that, not a lot of people got to see, not a lot of hip hop heads and Gang Starr heads got to see. Plus, it's just a great song. So let's keep it moving. After that, we're gonna go with DeWick. Again, another great song. There's a story behind that song. Do your own research on that because we got to keep it moving. But I like that song because it just reminds me of, at this point, it's high school years. And it's just a dope song, man. It's one of those karaoke songs for me where I just know every single word. It's Gang Starr featuring Nice and Smooth, Greg Nice and Smooth B. That's a group. I left my Philly at home. Do you have another? I want to get blended, my brother. That actually has been sampled in other songs. I want to get blended, my brother. I forgot the pothead group that sampled it. Total Devastation or some shit. But yeah, man, I know all the fucking words to that shit. And even the other two songs I mentioned, I know the words to that shit too. People that know me know how I get down. But the funny thing in that video, they're like on a beach and Guru's got this shirt that's green and blue stripes across, horizontal, big stripes. And for whatever reason, I just thought it looked dope. And I was on the hunt for a shirt, obviously not the exact same one, but with, that color scheme, green and blue, big stripes. And I just was everywhere trying to look for something like that. And yeah, man, I found it. I think it was through the fucking JCPenney catalog. And yeah, I fucking rocked that shit. I know people, at school didn't know the backstory of why I have that shirt. Who gives a fuck about a simple t-shirt with green and blue stripes? But in my head, I just thought it was dope because I love Gang Starr and Guru and Premier. You know what I'm saying? So that answers that question, Groove. All right. Groove also asked favorite poem and having me read it on the episode. As we take a sip, that I'm going to have to look it up. I'll be honest with you, Groove. I don't have a fucking favorite poem. I don't read poetry really. But if I had to pick one for the sake of the podcast, we're going to... I got an answer for you. Let me pull it up, though. So, sorry for the silence as I type here. But you want me to read it. So, can't say no to the fans, the listeners. Nah, I don't consider you a fan. Of course, you're my boy. But here it is. I think I found it. I should have pulled it up before, but... Okay. So, the backstory here is... I'm going to just go with a poem called Nothing Gold Can Stay. All right. He already knows where it's from. If you're listening, it's not about the poem itself. It's a dope poem. It's pretty short. He probably already knew I was going to pick this. He knows me pretty well. Get out of my fucking head, Groove. All right. But again, it's a poem. Let me read it first then. Fuck it. All right. So it's Nothing Gold Can Stay. Nature's first green is gold. Her hardest hue to hold, her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf. So Eden sank to grief. So dawn goes down today. Nothing gold can stay. I should have read it like a rap. Nature's first screen is gold. Her heart is huge to hold. No, that was horrible. But yeah, anyways, nothing. In other words, nothing good lasts forever type of thing. That's it's a Robert Frost poem. But the reason I like it is because it's featured in my favorite movie of all time, the greatest movie of all time, The Outsiders. So if y'all have heard of Stay Gold, that's where it's from. They say Stay Gold in the movie. Ponyboy reads this poem. And this is a different version. For some reason, the second half of that sounds different in my head. But yeah, that's my favorite movie. So the reason, so again, I don't read fucking poetry, but I'm going to say this real quick. Okay, I'm going to go on a fucking rant real fucking quick. This is what you fucking want to hear, right? Jesus talks shit. I have nobody here to make fun of. So I'm just going to do it to just the people in general, in a general sense. Motherfuckers that, it's stay gold, all right, guys? Stay gold, not stay golden. Not fucking stay golden, man. All right? Stop fucking that shit up. It's one of the few things that pisses me off. Because stay gold. Like, I have no idea why people keep saying stay golden. I mean, I get it. It's easy to mix those up. But that goes to show me that you just want to be cool and shit. You just want to be cool. You want to sound like you know what the fuck you're talking about. Nah, man. If you say stay golden, then obviously you haven't seen the movie or you just don't give a fuck. But you want to fit in with other people that say stay gold. I've seen people with tattoos that say stay golden. If you're listening to this, I mean, fuck, man, I'm trying my best to be nice, but nah, man. Get that shit covered up. If it's spelled wrong, get that fucking tattoo covered up. Know what I'm saying? It's stay gold, not stay golden. All right? Stop trying, and just in general, stop trying to fucking fit in and be cool, man. If you haven't seen the movie, it's all good. It's kind of a cult classic. It's not a big deal, man. Stop saying that shit. Stay gold. Say it right. All right? My favorite movie, stop fucking it up. I got it tatted on my shit. Stay gold, but not stay golden. Fuck. All right. Keep it moving. See, you got me worked up. That's what you wanted. Groove, then. Mission accomplished, motherfucker. All right. So those are the three that Groove has. I think he has another one later on. We're going to kind of shoot through these real quick because, damn, I'm not too well. Just to let you know, I'm about 31 minutes deep. But, damn, I thought this was going to be a little harder. I'm a natural. What can I say? It's called being a fucking genius, guys, all right? You should try it sometime. Anyways. All right, next question. It's not really a question. It's just a fucking word. The homie, Krista J. Ramirez, another homie. She typed and she put potatoes. Motherfucking potatoes. All right. So, not surprised. She's a fucking dork. But it's fucking potatoes. Here's the thing, man. Potatoes, straight up, if you're in a bind, if you're in a pinch, they make good weapons, man. If you need to fuck somebody up, get you a potato. Just bash somebody's head over and over with a fucking potato. I recommend a nice, Idaho russet. You don't want to go with those red potatoes, they're too small. Get you a nice Idaho russet and just pummel somebody to death if possible, if that's an option, if you can get away with it. And, make potato guns, another cool weapon-related thing. Look that up. You got, you've seen it in the movies, they've sometimes used them as silencers. So again, more weapons, more destruction, more evil. That's what we want to do. We want to overrun the world with evil, with destruction, all kinds of crazy shit. Let's form a gang. Let's start a gang of potato-wielding maniacs. Potatoes, guys. But also I've heard at least that you can eat them. They make a tasty treat. Again, mashed potatoes, fries, all kinds of stuff like that. You got the holidays coming, or we're in the middle of it. So apparently you can eat them too, but like I said, I wouldn't mind beating the shit out of somebody with a nice russet, a nice Idaho russet. All right. Jeremy Garcia put, do it. Must buy items for the Christmas season. I think he said do it, basically referring to me saying that I wanted to do a solo episode. So he's saying do it. So thank you for the words of encouragement, Jeremy. Again, another buddy of mine, dope DJ. All right. Must buy items for Christmas season. I mean, I would say A potato, for sure. Get some potatoes, just in case. You never know. Again, multi-use type shit, multi-use item. Get your potato. Get you a few potatoes. Get your family potatoes. They make great stocking stuffers. All right. Let me continue with let me see what else I can come up with here on the spot while I take a sip. Still not buzzing. I usually depend. I mean, I'm funny without the buzz, but I'm a different kind of funny with the buzz. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not buzzing. So it's a different vibe. I feel different. I feel good. I'm going to have to try this more often. Sober podcasting. Sounds horrible. I've done several other naughty things on the podcast. Fun fact, but, I'm not at liberty to discuss. Only on a few episodes. But yeah, man, I would say potatoes first. Get yourself some Sweet Jesus merch. Get yourself some El Paso merch. Shouts to motherfucking El Paso. Mine and my brother from another mother is our clothing line. Visit the new store. And what else? I'm trying to think of other cool merch. But to be honest, let me give some quick advice with gift giving, guys. Gift giving, especially if it's this is just how I've always done it. Just depending on who it is, whatever they get, they fucking get. Again, it's just the thought that counts. But if you're spending money, don't you want them to use it? Don't you want them to like it? So I typically try to, again, depending on who it is, but I just ask them, man, hey, what the fuck you want? And that way, you already know they're going to like it. So as far as must-buy items, I don't keep up with that shit because I'm somewhat of a minimalist, okay? As gay as that sounds, as it's coming out of my mouth, I realize how gay that sounds. And I mean not the good kind of gay, the bad kind of gay. Not the good. The good kind of gay would be actual sex with somebody from the same sex. But no, as far as lame, it sounds lame coming out of my mouth. Minimalist, but yeah, I'm not into buying all kinds of crazy shit. I like a couple gadgets here and there, but I keep my clothes chill, simple. So I have no idea what the hot items are. Beanie Babies, is that still a thing? You have various items that come out that people are killing themselves over. You got videos of Black Friday. Again, trying to look into the camera. I recently posted a Black Friday video, and it's an old video. Okay. It's from 2015. But I just put it just to make a stupid joke. I said, I guess El Paso strong means strong enough to pull a 50-inch screen TV away from somebody. El Paso strong, okay? And the video was from Walmart. And, most people get I got laugh reactions, from some people. And of course, one person said, oh, that video's from 2015. And then I replied, thanks, Joke Killer Jones, because that's a Joke Killer Jones. It's a buddy of mine, but still, I gotta do the mocking voice. Oh, that video's from 2015. No shit. It doesn't matter no matter what year it is. It's a fucking joke. It's a crazy video. People fighting over fucking TVs and other Beanie Babies and potatoes and shit. Yeah, it's a fucking joke, dude. And that's a buddy of mine. But it's weird when people who never comment on your shit, they only comment like once in a blue moon, and it's always just to diss you or some little bullshit little diss. So that's kind of weird. I've always thought that was kind of strange, but whatever. And that's the other thing. It brings me back to the flat earthers, gift giving. They destroy themselves, guys. They're not going to get invited to the awesome white elephant gift exchange. And I say that, of course, sarcastically, because those are usually terrible. They don't get invited to the awesome gender reveal parties, for example. That has nothing to do with Christmas or gifts. That's what popped in my head, guys, and that's what you're fucking getting, gender reveal parties. Speaking of, I had a gender reveal party last night, if you know what I mean. The fun kind. So let's move forward, guys. Yeah, get yourself some El Paso. Get yourself some Sweet Jesus Radio. And get yourself some potatoes. All right, next question. Luisa Navarro. Mental health. Again, a buddy of mine, she put mental health with an exclamation mark. First of all, don't fucking yell at me. All right? I don't know you like that. You're my homegirl, but we're not cool like that. Don't fucking yell at me. Drop the attitude. That's a fucking joke, but I need to stop saying that. I'm just gonna pretend I'm not joking, even though I am. Like, fuck your feelings. Like, if you don't know I'm joking and you're my friend, then fuck you, dude. Like, we shouldn't be friends. But it's just a habit because people get all bent out of shit. But Lisa's cool as fuck. I would like to believe she would get that I was joking. She'd understand that I'm joking. But mental health. So who knows, man? That's just mental health. She wasn't being very specific. So in general, mental health. Obviously, it's a mainstream topic, an important topic. But it's just you're going to hear about this shit in a million other podcasts and talk shows and TV shows. Mental health. So I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But like I said, because I don't really like talking about current events. But mental health, I'm just going to say this, man. I myself had a fucking panic attack for the first time last year around this time. Fuck, it's almost a year anniversary of my panic attack. Actually, it was crazy. I did an episode where I describe it, go in depth, so find that shit. I don't know what number it is, so don't, but the picture, the thumbnail, instead of having a picture of me and my guest, it's a picture of the bracelet that I had to wear at the hospital because I actually had to go to the fucking hospital. I thought I was gonna die. So anybody that's had a panic attack. But anyways, I have my own trauma, my own fucking past. Now after the panic attack, I've been having my anxiety's been really bad, shit like that. I'm not trying to go into a sob story, but I'm just saying I have experience with it. I have several friends who are bipolar and have anxiety and different types of issues. So it's horrible. But I'm gonna focus on one aspect of it. My heart goes out to the people that do go through it. There's different levels to it, of course. But I also think because it's so like talked about, which is not a bad thing, there's always going to be those assholes that want to take advantage of it. So I know there's a percentage that's hard. You can never tell who the fuck's lying or who's making, but there's a percentage of motherfuckers that are faking it or making it to be more claiming to have severe mental health issues or anxiety or depression or whatever else more than what they're actually experiencing. So of course that goes when anything like this comes up, there's always going to be people that take advantage of shit like that. So if you're that type of person, I hope something horrible happens to you today. You're a horrible piece of shit. If you're kind of faking it or just kind of, exaggerating with the shit, because there's people actually going through real shit out there. I hope you get a flat tire. I hope you catch a really bad cold or something worse. Death isn't out of the question. I don't care. I said on another Facebook post, and I don't like talking about my Facebook post that much, but I'll do it this once. Well, this is the second time now, but I said wishing death on people is underrated because honestly, there's a lot of people in the world that are a waste of space. I have no problem wishing death, and it sounds funny at the time too, and you get a nice little reaction from people, but I really do wish certain people would die. And but yeah, mental health. I mean, I would say, fuck, take care of yourself, man. Do seek help. Don't go out alone. Don't go it alone. But I don't want to spend too much time on that. But thank you for the comment. She has another one, Luisa. I'm going to say this about mental health. It's so weird because, of course, we want to talk about it. That's how we get to the root of things. That's how we get resolution, right? But in a weird way, I'm not saying this is bad. This is just me making observations. This is just how I'm wired, guys. My mind goes everywhere. I like to deconstruct things and get deep down and just to the root cause of things, or just observe. But I feel like a part of me at least feels like the more it's talked about, the more it actually ends up creating more of it. I don't know if that makes sense, and I'm usually a little more articulate, but starting to get that buzz I wanted. But you know what I'm saying? That we talk about it so much that it ends up being conducive or actually producing more mental health issues, if that makes sense, because it's just talked about everywhere. And then you start getting lost in your own mind and your own head. Maybe I have that. Maybe this, and that. And there's nothing wrong with it. We got to diagnose this. But, just try your best to not get caught up in that aspect of it. But it is a very real thing. Don't be that asshole that tells the friend, just get over it or cheer up. That's the worst thing you can do. But, I've never done that. As a big of an asshole as that I am, I've not even I do that shit. I like to be a listener, man, to my friends. Let them vent to me. So I just listen and listen and listen. I offer words of encouragement. If they ask, I'll throw a little bit of advice, but I try not to make it generic. Stop with the generic bullshit. Stop with the platitudes. Everything happens for a reason. Time heals all wounds. Blah, blah, blah. Nah, dog. Just come from the heart. You know what I mean? But okay. Next question. Luisa Navarro again. Navarro. Double R. Add that extra roll. Like on my belly. Which ones are your favorite tacos? And I like the way she worded it because it's got that little Mexa vibe to it. Which ones are your favorite tacos? All right. Instead of what are your favorite tacos or something like that. It's got that little Mexa vibe, which I like. We're on the border. Let's mix it all up. Let's get this gumbo going. Man, you know what? Tacos. I love tacos, man, but it's just, again, another played out thing. It's flat earthers, it's tacos, and it's Trump. How about some Trump tacos? We barbecue him. We talked about eating human flesh earlier. Get some Trump tacos. But, nah, man, I'm not, I love tacos, but I'll be honest with you. I know there's all these different types of tacos now. I'm going to go with what I grew up on. And it's not the type that people normally like out here, which is just a little tortilla with the little meat and shit. No, that shit's bomb. Taco Tote style. There's a million places. Don Cuco. Or Don Cuco. What if it was a white person? It's like, this guy's named Don. Donald Cuco. Man, I like the fried tortilla. It's fried into a shell. Basically what my grandma made, all right? I like what my grandma made. It's a fried tortilla, and it's beef and potato kind of mashed together. All right, that's the taco with diced chopped lettuce and tomato and cheese. Sometimes we can have fucking cheese, all right? So sometimes it's cheeseless, but that's my shit. That's what I think of. Like, that's, if you say the word taco, I start thinking of the flavor, and it all comes back to me. My grandma slaving over a hot stove, taking care of kids that aren't hers. Me and my sister, for example, and several others, because I have such awesome parents. But yeah, that's what I roll. That's what I wish there was more of that. They got a couple places that make something. They make them in that style, but I know the other styles is more like deeper Mexico shit. Like it's the smaller tortilla and all that. But I'll eat that shit up too. But again, I don't eat too many tacos. It's more burgers. But if it's Mexican, it's gonna be enchiladas or chilaquiles. I'll go enchiladas all the way, man. But yeah, thanks again for the question. Trump tacos, like I said, Don Trump tacos, Don Cuco. That did not come out as funny as I hoped. But anyways, Rico Velas, he just kind of made a comment, but I'm going to shout him out because that's my boy. He basically said, you should set up a panel of previous guests and let them interview you for once. In other words, interview me. Great idea. It's dope. I mean, but I'm not going to say, hey, guys, interview me. You know what I'm saying? That's like, holy shit. I'm already a piece of shit egomaniac. I'm not going to go that far where I'm like, hey, y'all want to interview me? Let's set up this event just for me. But it's a great idea. If anybody would like to do it and set it up for me, wink, wink, hint, hint. Do it up. But shouts to Rico, man. He's got a new wing spot. I forgot the name. It escapes me at the moment, but it's going to be across from Dewey's Pub on Piedras Central, El Paso. He's also the owner of Dewey's Pub right there next to Coconuts and that whole area. That whole area is popping off, and he's got the new wing spot, man. So that's going to be the new place. I'm not a big wing guy either, but if I go for wings, I'm going to be going there probably, to be honest with you. Support my boy. He's always supported Eye to Eye Productions. He's always supported the music that we've done, the shows, El Paso. He's actually, now that I think about it, he's a past guest of Sweet Jesus Radio, and one of the best episodes I have. Every episode's like my child. I love them all, but his is definitely up there. As a matter of fact, if you go to the SoundCloud, it's going to be listed at the top because you can pin, I think up to 5 episodes. And for right now, I change those out from time to time, but right now his is at the top. Check out that fucking episode. Thank you, Rico, for commenting. Larry Overstreet commented relationship advice. Wasn't specific, didn't ask anything about it. Doesn't just the words relationship advice doesn't surprise me at all because Larry's a stupid piece of shit. He doesn't know how to type sentences. Again, this guy, I think he's just messing with me. You know, we don't get along. We had a falling out recently. He's a horrible human being. If you see him, run the other way. He makes great shirts. He's made several of my shirts throughout the years. But we recently had a falling out, and I think he's just fucking with me. He's just, pretending to participate here to fuck with me. But all right, I'm going to see you, man. I'm going to see you one of these days, man. I haven't seen you in public. I haven't seen you face to face. I know you've been talking shit, but we'll see what's up when I see you in person, man. Taking a sip of this. Just kidding, guys. That's my boy, Larry. He's a buddy of mine. He doesn't even listen to the fucking podcast, so he's not even gonna hear that. But somebody should go tell him that I was talking shit. If you hear it, just as a joke, let's prank this motherfucker. That's my boy. Relationship advice? I don't know, motherfucker. I'll give you some advice. Relationship advice. Don't get into one because do women a favor. Don't just leave them alone. Do the world a favor. Don't get into a relationship. Just be alone like the horrible piece of shit you are. And I'll leave it at that. All right. So next question. Fuck, damn, I'm almost at an hour. Damn, I'm going to just do nothing but solo episodes from here on out. Who needs a guest? Sipping on them Miller Lights. All right. We got Larry. Oh, it's Larry Oversheet. Again, he puts like Bill Burr. It's like, dude, was that that week that I posted this shit? Was that like the first few days of you learning the English language or learning how to form sentences or learning how to use the internet? What's going on here? Like Bill Burr. Like Bill Burr. That's exactly how he talks to Larry Overstreet over here. But I guess he wants me to rant like Bill Burr. I got my own style, man. I don't do anything like no Bill Burr or nobody else. Got my own style. All right. So even though I was joking about the beef, I mean, I still might slap you. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we got El Brain. I think it's pronounced El Brain because he's a fucking Mexa too. El Brain. But I still remember to this day, a friend of mine she saw his name on social media, on Facebook or whatever, on one of my posts, and she was like, "Who's El Brain?" But I mean, I don't know if she was joking or not, but it's obviously like, well, if you're from this area, and if you're Hispanic or whatever that word means, it's El Brain, like he's trying to be cool and cute and shit, which he is. He's pretty cute in real life too. But she was like, who's El Brain? Like all Valley Girl style and shit. Shit was hilarious. That shit's burned in my brain forever. One of the many, 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 many pieces of useless information in my head. All right. I'll give you factoids about all kinds of shit. And it's fucking useless. It's helped me in my life 0%, maybe negative something percent. All right. But that's El Brain. He wants to know, he put worst guest ever. Again, people don't like sentences, I guess, but I get the point. As long as I understand, I guess that's the point. I'm obviously not going to put a name out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody coming to me trying to fight me and shit because people like to fucking fight over the dumbest shit. And like I mentioned earlier, I've lost all my fights. I can't fight at all. I barely go out because I don't want to run into anybody. But just in general, man, if you're the worst type of guest would be this. There's most of the guests are people that I've sought out, but it's people I already know. So, hey, you want to be on the show? It's a homie. And I've been lucky and blessed enough to know cool people who got cool shit going on, that are movers and shakers. But there's been some where I don't know them. And we've actually become friends through the podcast where I invite them on and we become friends through that, or at least buddies or whatever. But there's some people that request to be on. And from that whole percentage, that pool of people that request to be on, there's, several, most of them I say no to, which is also hard to do. And that's a different topic because, I'm sure they're getting all upset or something. Sometimes I just ignore. I don't even reply on the inbox. And then they'll reply like, the next day with like 10 question marks. That's happened before too. Like, because they demand an answer. I'm like, I don't know you an answer. I don't know you shit. Take a fucking hint. But if you request to be on it and then I let you on it, that's happened several times because I'm like, holy shit, yeah, I can't believe they want to be on it because, damn, I've been wanting to ask them. But there's been times where like certain motherfuckers, they request to be on the show, then they're on the show, and then, man, they clam up. They clam up. They're giving me short answers. It's only happened a couple times, but, short answers. I don't know if they're nervous or they're trying to sound cool or what the fuck. But that's the worst type of guest right there. Let's keep it moving because I'm at 55 minutes. Damn. Some of the best questions. Okay, well, we only got a couple questions anyways left, but these are going to be like some story-based ones. But yeah, man, whether I request you or you request it, don't clam up on me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's different. You could be outgoing as fuck in real life, but once they put that mic in front of you, a lot of people get nervous. I get it. Shit. I grew up like that. It took me a long time to get out of that comfort zone and come out of my shell. If you would have seen me in high school or even in my early 20s, I was just a fucking nervous wreck. Just constantly. Irrational fears. I should have talked about this during the mental health part. Irrational fears. I got a ton of them. You know what I'm saying? Even to this day. But I had posted something on Facebook. Again, I don't like talking about my Facebook posts that much, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do it this once, and it's been more than once. But the post was like somebody saying that, does anybody, like every time you get in a car, does anybody else think that their car is just going to blow up for no reason? Or is it just me? And I'm paraphrasing, but no, it's not just him. I have that irrational fear. I literally think that the fucking tires are going to just come flying off. And it's just going to fucking blow up. And, I die. I take a couple of 3-year-olds with me. Maybe a octogenarian here and there. Just throwing that little fancy word out there. An 80-something-year-old. I think that's what it means. I'm going to take some people out with me, not on purpose. It's just I have an irrational fear that my shit's going to just blow up. So just driving in general gives me fucking weird anxiety, and it's just such an irrational fear. But the older people, they had a good run, so I don't feel too bad about them. The younger ones, yes, it's more sad. But I would say, where do you draw the line? 70 and up? That's a good run, right? 70 and up. I'm not too, man. It's tragic. Don't get me wrong. Sorry about your grandma, but they had a good run. There's a lot of people that have died lots younger. My best friend died in 23, 24 years old. One of my cousins, about same age, violent deaths, suicidal deaths, kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead inside, for example. That would happen a long time ago too. I've been dead inside for a long time. But yeah. So next question, Eric Ibarra, another homie of mine. Again, let me just say real quick, thank you guys for actually replying and commenting, and participating. All right, because it's actually giving me, it's just right there. It's in that sweet spot of an hour and a half that I wanted to hit, and we're down to the last couple questions, so that's good. Thank you for participating. We'll do it again. Do these solo episodes once in a while. Hopefully we can get some new topics going. I know flat earther bullshit, Matt. All right. Potatoes. All right. Eric Ibarra, double R once again. He commented, you should talk about the time you went sober. I would always see you. I was pissed drunk, and I was like, damn, this guy gets it. Well, you're right, Eric. I always mix those names up because I had cousins named Chris and Eric. So when I see Eric, I think of Chris. When I see the name Chris on the line or whatever, I think of the name Eric. But Yeah, I get it. No, I don't get it. This guy gets it. Yeah, I mean, at the time, I was probably, yeah, I was, I was not as wise as I'd like to think I am now, but at least I was healthier and I was just firing on all cylinders because I'm not gonna lie, that party life, that'll slow you down in many different ways. Okay, so let me talk about it again. We're about to wrap it up. Damn, the last two questions are stories. Okay, fuck. So yeah, so basically the first time it happened in my about like late 20s, man. Well, that's really the only time but I fell off the wagon a couple different, but I jumped right back on. So I think I was about 28 or some shit. Um, what happened? Okay, so my just to give you some background, I didn't do shit. I didn't party during high school years like a lot of my now friends. They have man. I hear stories of these motherfuckers like I've been smoking weed since I was 13 and all that shit. I'm like, not me, man. I can't relate to that shit. You know what I'm saying? I drank a few times in high school. Uh, I think I tried weed once or twice already, like in my senior year. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it. Um, but when I graduated, it was just a weird home life, man. It's just that's a whole other podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm saving that for the book. No, I'm just kidding. But well, you never know. I might do, but the after I graduated, I just wanted to make up for lost time, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just started partying. So at first it was just like Juarez shit. Well, I was doing it kind of already in my senior year, doing more and more Juarez, just mostly alcohol shit, you know. But I started getting crazier and crazier and started experimenting with drugs more and more. And it got, you know, I'm not trying to give you the short version per se, but at the same time, there's just understand I just got crazier and crazier. And I was a late bloomer, coming out of my shell. Like I said, I used to be like real shy. I was becoming less and less shy, and becoming more and more kind of known in the scene. And that's when I started promoting shows, and then I met all these people, and so on and so forth. But it also increased my partying. And then at some point in my late 20s, like I was just like, fuck, I don't know. I just I needed to change something because, and I wasn't even really doing anything all that addictive per se, but it was just going out, just going out, being the personality out there and staying up late and being tired all the time and just all this fatigue. But it wasn't even about any type of hardcore addiction per se. It was just like, fuck, gotta change. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah, I got real close to the mic on that one. Check it out. I'm gonna drink and then see if you can hear the gulpy gulp. Yeah, baby. So, so yeah, I was like, but by coincidence or whatever the fuck you want to call it, because of course people are gonna be like, everything happens for a reason, which is another fucking platitude I fucking hate. Because cool, yeah, it sounds cute, but what's the fucking reason? That everything happens for a reason. That bit of information, if you want to call it that, is useless to me if I don't know the fucking reason, dog. You know what I'm saying? So don't tell me that shit. And now that I said it, people are gonna fucking say it to me now, just to fuck with me. All right, but if you're one of those people that's gonna do that to me and use it against me, then fuck you. I hope, like I said, I hope your car explodes and you kill an octogenarian and a 3-year-old. All right, but anyways, the yeah, man. So by coincidence, everything happens for a reason. There was a lady at my work. I used to work at the El Paso Times. I was there for 13 years. Even through the partying, I would still make it to work. I worked hard, but I also partied hard. But I worked hard and I partied hard. And there was a lady, man, just, fucking lady. She wasn't even that much older than me, but she just had that mom vibe, which is going to affect me because I have mommy issues, among other issues. Most of my issues you do not want to subscribe to. That's a joke I stole. It's not my joke, but, I have issues you don't want to subscribe to. Like a magazine, just for the people that don't get it. I have to explain it. But yeah, man. So she just had this mom vibe, and she just kind of took me under her wing, kind of gave me this sort of short version. we would talk as just buddies at work buddies, but I guess she could sense that I was a horrible piece of shit, where which I am, but uh, she just probably could sense that I was on the wrong path. I probably said something because I've always been like open. I like making jokes about my partying and the crazy things I do. Nobody ever believes me, but I guess she did believe me. And yeah, she just, and by coincidence, all not coincidence, but just by chance, for whatever reason, she was a hardcore Christian, and she was doing a Bible study during lunch, and she invited me. And it's not really Bible study per se, but it was more revolving around. It was like a study revolving around the book, A Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren or Nick Warren, one of these motherfuckers. Nick Warren's like a fucking producer, and then there's Rick Warren. But anyways, I think. But yeah, Purpose Driven Life, great fucking book, though. I ended up reading it. So I went, and like I said, long story longer, that kind of, I just got like, fuck, okay, well, I'm gonna do this shit then, just to kind of help me get out of it. So my sobriety started with religion. And what I always say is, because people are like, hey, I remember when you're all religious. And I don't regret it whatsoever, because I learned a lot, dude. But it was mostly because I just needed some kind of crutch or help, because I was like, fuck, I just shit was getting dark. And yeah, it was cold turkey, man. Shit, it was cold turkey as fuck. I stopped drinking. I remember going to this. I remember the day. Actually, it was even before I stopped drinking. Actually, before I was super religious, because for those that don't know, I ended up becoming pretty hardcore Christian. But before I got super serious into it, I had to stop drinking, because I was just like, fuck this. Let me just see how long. Let me see how long I can go without drinking. I remember the day. I remember my boy. This is a vivid memory. My boy Ricardo had an apartment, a DoubleTree, Mesa Hills, Mesa area. This guy, I hit it off. We're new friends, and we were only friends for a while, but we just hit it off. But I was kind of in between apartments. That's a different story, different podcast too. So I was kind of staying with him. But then he went to Europe for a while. And hold on, I have to burp. Excuse me. But the dude went to Europe for an extended period, and I was kind of house sitting. And I just remember I always had beer in the fridge and shit. And I had I don't know what the fuck, probably like a 30 pack or some shit. Hold on, I'm trying to get this next beer going. And I remember I remember going to a hip hop show that was our show, where we put together like a little local showcase. Eye to Eye Productions, Tito and I. Shouts to my brother Tito. You guys know him, Tito Diaz. Yeah. So I remember nothing crazy happened, man. I didn't quit. Like, usually people have this crazy rock bottom story. I don't. But I remember the last time I drank, I went to that show and I got plastered. And somebody needed to ride back home to the west side. I'm not going to say who, just keep them out of the story. It's not that important. But on the way back, and this is a big motherfucker, okay? Big, tough motherfucker who could easily beat me up, which is not saying much, because, again, I'm easy to beat up. I've lost all my fights. But on the way back, or on the way to take him home, he was kind of in the same area as I. I was I was purposely, intentionally driving all crazy just to scare him. I was swerving like a motherfucker, but I knew what I was doing. I was plastered, but like at the same time, like, and I'm not promoting, or that shit's not funny at all. Okay, I don't drink and drive anymore. Again, and that's just where I was at the time. You know what I'm saying? So not glorifying it or promoting it whatsoever. Again, try to look back and up to the camera. But yeah, I was just swerving. I felt like in my mind I had somewhat control. You know what I'm saying? and I was braking really hard and just doing all this shit, everything I could do to scare him. Excuse me, because in my head it was like it's hilarious to see a big motherfucker, tough guy. It was a cool, nice guy, but it's just hilarious to see him like shit his pants. You know what I'm saying? Like scared out of his mind. That look of terror, that weird face that we make when we're terrified. That shit like gives me half a chub. Like I'm not even joking. Like it's just funny to me. It's fucking hilarious. And so I just drop him off, go home. And then I woke up the next day and there's a lot of beer left. And I just didn't drink that day. And I didn't drink the next day. And I didn't drink the next day. Before you know it, that turned into I fell off the wagon a couple of times, but I got right back on. We're talking a good almost 2 years, man. Maybe more. What year was that? Well, because I did 2 years and then I fell off for a year. And then 2008, all of 2008, didn't drink a single drop. And then I fell off New Year's Eve going into 2009. The joke I like to make is I celebrated 1 year of sobriety by getting fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So there's been a couple times, but yeah, that first one was a good stretch. But yeah, I just went, okay, now I got a couple weeks under my belt. Let's just keep this shit going, man. I feel good. I feel healthy, firing on all cylinders, and I just kept it going. But yeah, in the process, I became a hardcore Christian, learned a lot. That's why people that are critical of religion and stuff like that, you make good points, but a lot of your shit, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Because I studied that shit. So shut the fuck up unless you know what you're talking about. But yeah, man, I was sober for a long time. And I would go to bars. We were still doing shows and all that shit. So I'm actually, as a matter of fact, I was managing a fucking club for a little bit where Tricky Falls is at. It was called The Zone. Managing a fucking, co-manager with somebody else, homie Frank. But shouts to rest in peace Vince, who owned that. But yeah, that could have had free everything, free liquor, free beer. And I didn't drink a single drop. So, which is, if you're managing some sort of addiction, it's not recommended to be managing a fucking bar or a nightclub. But that's just what it was. That's just my unorthodox shit. Funny thing about if you're listening to this and you're struggling with that, and I'm still struggling with my little addictions. I'm drinking beer right now. It's like there's different levels to it. There's hardcore addicts that are doing shit every day, and then there's like a kind of a lower level shit like mine, where I'm like, I like to binge drink here and there, do a little this, do a little that. But back then, that homie whose apartment I was, who I was house sitting for, I shouldn't have fucking said his name, but that's just how it is. I haven't talked to him in a while. That's my boy though. But I remember I went sober, but we'd still hang out. And I can't go into too much detail, but I turned that guy on to a lot of different shit, like hardcore shit. By this point, it's like hardcore shit. And I stopped, so I'm like his mentor, so to speak. And he would just like try to put me in. I would still hang out with him, but I'm completely sober at a bar or whatever. And he's trying to go and do his thing and trying to like get me back into the thing. And I'm like, nah, man, like I'm sober, dude. Like I don't care. Like it wasn't even that hard. It wasn't even, when you're strong, at that point, the religion provided the strength. I'm not going to lie. But when you feel that strength, man, my fucking neighbor is noisy as fuck. It's not even hard. Like it's not like a struggle at all. It's easy. And then it freaks people out. Like, man, I just saw you do this, this, and that. Again, don't want to incriminate myself, but a few months ago, it was like, yeah, that was a few months ago, man. And I don't give a fuck, bro. It's whatever. So he would try. So long story short, he fucking became enraged one night because I would not do certain stuff with him. Party with him. And I just remember that night to this day because the look on his face of rage of somebody who I could easily like slap and just, slap around. But he just didn't get it. But I did feel a little bad because I'm the one that put him on to like certain shit. But yeah, man, that led to a journey of just like being sober for a long time, falling off. Let me see, 2004, going into all of '05, '06. Okay, and I guess I fell off around late '06 and all of '07, but then all of '08, I was sober again. And then since New Year's Eve, 2008, New Year's Day, 2009, I have not, I've been just doing my thing. But yeah, man, I recommend, I mean, everybody's different, man, but if you're a binge drinker, even if you're a lower level type of partier or an addict like me, where we're not doing it every day, that's kind of what you tell yourself, cool, if that's what I'm not telling you what to do, but when you're sober, you're like, you're way more efficient and just firing on all cylinders. But some people aren't doing, like, I work, got my job. Actually, right now I'm in between jobs, but I'm always been an entrepreneurial type, but so I kind of need to be firing on all cylinders. I'm always got some sort of project, the podcast, Il Paso, whatever else, the shows that we used to do. But if your life is much more simple, then maybe it's manageable, and then that's what you want to do. Do your thing, man. But you got people out there with kids and shit. They're putting the party in front of the kids, ahead of the kids. I don't think that's cool. Because that's a lot of parents do that shit, including my own. But yeah, so we're gonna go. That got a little serious, got a little personal. I didn't have too many jokes there, but I shared something personal about myself with you guys. Now the last the last comment isn't a question, but we'll talk about that here in a bit because it involves my boy. But the next one, but shouts to Eric. Thanks for the awesome topic, man, and thanks for noticing that I was working on myself at that time, and I'm still working on myself. I feel like I'm wiser, but I'm not sober. But I feel like I'm wiser than I was back then. Like, fuck. But the wiser you get, the more in your head you get too. And it's like, fuck. Like, there's no answers. This whole shit's bullshit. The world's crazy, man. You end up back in the same spot you started a lot of times. But yeah, thanks, Eric. We actually had a game night and a little bit of a double date with the homie Eric and his girl Lorraine. I keep looking at my monitor here, but the camera's up there. But yeah, next question. Thanks for having us over at your crib, buddy. All right, longtime friend, staple of the scene, dope DJ. The next question, again, the all-star of the questions and comments, Eddie Groove Acosta, everybody, with yet another comment or question. Let me see what the fuck this is. Yes. When, comma, how, bitch ass Oxford, comma, and with whom. Like, he's all proper about his shit. Like, he's got the period too. He's doing this on purpose to fuck with me with the Oxford, comma, I think. And whom did you lose your virginity to? Okay. Yeah, you're proper with that shit, but you're over here sharing videos. Oh, Premiere ripped this beat. And it's like, dude, that's not even Premiere, dude. That's DJ Clark Kent. Yeah, I'm just busting your balls, but I'm just saying. I'm just messing with you, Groove. But yeah, virginity, holy shit. I know the shit was gonna get that serious. I'm just trying to be retarded up here. Sipping on them Miller Lights. We have about an hour and 17 minutes. As you can tell, my voice has changed a little bit, getting a little slurry. So it's a good time to get close to ending it. But the virginity story is hilarious. I'm not even gonna try to make too many jokes, but I'm just gonna give you the story because it's actually pretty funny. So yeah, again, just for the sake of time, this is high school. I think I'm 16. And man, I had my little crew. It wasn't my crew, but whatever group of friends I hung out with. And I get invited, which is rare because they were kind of, the other guys in that group were tighter with each other. I was kind of like not as tight. I didn't live as close to them and all that. But anyways, I get invited to some hangout. One of the dudes that hung out with us, or we hung out with, he had a girlfriend. And then again, he was younger than me, but younger than I. See, now I'm self-conscious because I got fucking Groove listening over here. But the English teacher, But she invited us to some home, some house. Parents were gonna be gone, and she had some of her friends, and she was requesting some male presents. You know what I mean? And so that homie invited a couple of dudes from the group that we hung out with, and they needed one more male presence. There was nobody else, so they invited me, uh, borderline male, you know. but so yeah, I go and it's just fucking some silly dumb teenagers at a house, man. It's just how many was it? One, two. It was like four of us, four dudes, four girls, or three dudes, three girls, some shit. Might have been four. Anyways, the girl that I didn't get to pick. It's just I just so and so was with this girl and this girl like this. The girls picked pretty much. So I'm just like whatever. I'm just here for the story. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the shit I do is for the story. And so yeah, dude, you gotta understand. Here's the backstory, and here's like again, here's kind of the end of the show here. So we're going hour and 20 minutes, but just to let people know, if you're for the older heads, my age and up, I would say I don't know what the cutoff would be, man, but mid 30s and below, it's just a different world, man. Back then, sex was like this humongous deal. Like if you hooked up with somebody, quote unquote, we would use different words. Like in my school, I went to Bowie High School, a lot of Spanish, a lot of Spanglish. I don't even remember what fucking words we used, but uh, if you hooked up, quote unquote, it meant that you made out with this person, basically. And, hopefully, luckily, you got to touch a boob. Well, first it would be the butt. If you got a boob, that's like a bigger step. And that's just the way it was. Now, don't get me wrong, there was people having sex, but it was just a small, small percentage, I feel. And so it was just a big deal, man. So I'm there, and I'm thinking at the very most, this girl who she was cute, she was pretty. I remember she had some acne going on. I'm not making fun of it or anything like that, but I'm just saying, that would be like one of the knocks on her just at that time. That's just how I looked at it now, and so whatever. But she was pretty, and she had a banging ass body. I've always been a face man though, so you could be skinny as fuck or in between or chunky. I'm more focused on the face, but she did have a slamming body, and again, pretty, but a little bit of bumpy bump, and yeah. So she was. So I'm guessing at the very most, I'm hoping to get a little makeout session out of this fucking shit. But no, basically, so what ends up happening, I don't know. It's harder. It's been a long time, but for some reason, she, we kind of all of us were talking in the same room and so on and so forth. And then she goes to some room, and then she calls me over, and I go, and I'm like, I can't really. I mean, I guess I was nervous, but just kind of somewhere, just kind of in limbo, just like, oh, I don't know what's going on. I was not. Let me just say this too. The this person who I lost my virginity to is probably also no. I'm trying to think. Probably the first kiss I had. As cute as I am, because I know I'm fucking cute as fuck. I didn't get a lot of action because I was just a socially awkward motherfucker. So I'm there, 16, never. I think I did some spin the bottle shit, quick peck on the lip shit, but never made out with anybody. And I'm going in, and this person's calling me into this bedroom, and she's kind of like, let me just say this. She was 14, I believe, but she was advanced. So she knew what she was doing. Like she was luring me in. Like this was all part of her plan and shit. And I go in and I have no idea what the fuck. I'm just like thinking she's asking, just come check this out. I'm thinking she's being like sincere, like she just wants me to check something out in the room. And nah, she closes the door. And yeah, I mean, she just basically attacks me. You know what I mean? Where was the Me Too movement back then? Time's up. Hashtag Me Too. Because I gave no consent. She just pounced on me like a jungle cat. And we're making out. So I'm thinking, oh, cool, this is fun. Making out. And then she just starts taking her clothes off. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is pretty cool. But still, making me a little nervous. She's obviously done this before. So it's a weird feeling. And things progress. She's just totally just got her clothes off at some point. And so, of course, I don't want to be a huge puss, which I am, but I don't want her to think I am. But, I start taking my clothes off. And so we do our thing. We end up having intercourse, as the kids say. But the funny part is that, not really funny, but the interesting part is that you always hear these stories about when people talk about losing their virginity, is that they come quick as far as from guys, like, you finish fast. And for me, it was the opposite. I didn't finish at all. And we were going at it for a while, a good amount of time. But I think, because people think I'm lying when I say that shit, it wasn't because I'm such a great lover that I am now. Not. But it was more, I think, because of nerves. I was so nervous that I couldn't fucking climax, as the kids say, finish. But yeah, so she got like, well, she was saying she was, I think she kind of was not as experienced as she was pretending to be, because she was, complaining about the pain and shit like that. And it's not because of my size, because, it's hard to inflict a lot of pain with 4 inches, but she's like, oh yeah, it's hurting too much, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I was okay with stopping, because I was like, man, this shit's weird. It's fun. It's cool. It's good. But it's weird. Nerve wracking. And yeah, I never finished, because I think because of the nerves, or maybe because it wasn't a guy. Gay jokes. Let's cap it off with some gay humor. If it was a guy, I would have finished. But but yeah, man, that's the virginity story. You guys asked for it. You got it. I have no idea who's going to be listening an hour and 26 minutes deep into it, but just know I'm going in order. And that was the second to last comment on that post. All right. So again, shouts to Eddie Groove Acosta. I call him Groove. That's his nickname, but I'm reading it here in front of me in full. So yeah, the last one is not really a comment, or I guess technically a comment, but it's not a question or anything. It's just from Alejandro Nava, Alex Nava, one of the famous Nava brothers, out there at Club Here I Love You. He basically just commented, have Max Bailey on the show. And he tagged Max Bailey. Max Bailey. Yeah, man, to be honest with you, thanks, Alex, for the comment. But to be honest with you, that's my boy. Listeners, that's one of my best friends, one of my fucking top tier best friends, Max Bailey. He lives in Denver. Shouts to my boy Max. To be honest, he had visited recently, a few months ago, I guess, because one of our homies passed. Another Alex, rest in peace. Shit, rest in peace to my boy Chris. I got the shirt on. I got the Rest in Power shirt, Cheech. You'll see it in the pictures. But yeah, that homie actually passed shortly after Chris, over some just party shit, crazy shit, wild shit. And Max was in town. And I actually said, let's do a fucking episode, just us fucking talking shit, joking around. But he pussed out. So yeah, next time he's in town, maybe we can do it. Max Bailey, if you're listening, at the end of the show here, hour and a half deep. If you lasted this long, let's fucking make it happen. Fucking pussy. Yeah, so I'll be messaging him. Yeah, hopefully he can visit sometime soon and we can make it happen, man. But thanks for the comment, Alex. And yeah, man, so that's it, guys. That is the all the comments. We're going to wrap it up. We're an hour and a half deep. Honestly, didn't think I could fill up this much time. I thought I was going to choke. I thought I was going to fuck it up. But I made it happen. All right, so just want to say real quick, thank you to those that commented, and thank you to those that are supporting the show. If you want to continue to help the show, like I said before, keep commenting, keep giving feedback, keep giving me those 5-star ratings, thumbs up, all that shit. Again, inbox me with feedback so I can post it. That's how you really help the show, help keep the shit going. If you want to advertise, again, inbox me. Let's put together a commercial for your business or anything else you want to promote. All right. With that said, this is Sweet Jesus Radio. Thank you for playing.
Sweet Jesus Radio.